These are three types of NPAs: NPA1, NPA2, NPA3. When a loan becomes SMA, special mention account, what will happen to provisioning against that loan? Increase. When a loan becomes NPA, provisioning will increase even further. And as I said, when a loan becomes NPA, for most loans which are unsecured, unsecured के केस में तो 100% हो जानी है, जो secured है उसके अंदर 100 नहीं होगी, लेकिन हाँ उसमें भी काफी बढ़ जाएगी, 40-50% हो जाएगी. एक बात बताओ, would banks like to recognize loans as NPAs? Why? Because their capital will increase, capital requirement will increase or not? And if capital requirement increases, what happens to their lending capability? It decreases. Despite having lendable deposits, they will not be able to lend. So banks are obviously not willing to recognize loans as NPA. Bank would they not like to, for example, push the loans from getting recognized as NPA? A loan is a special mention account. The person has not repaid money for 30 days and then for 60 days. Bank will ask that person that give me some payment. And I will, quote unquote, standard word hai, restructure your loan. I'll explain this word in a moment. Restructure your loan. I will renegotiate or re-lay down the terms and conditions of repayment. जो आपकी EMI 500 रुपए की आ रही थी ना, जो आपको हर 5 तारीख को देनी थी, एक काम करते हैं, आपकी EMI जो है ऐसी कर देते हैं कि आपको अगले 5 महीने तक पैसा नहीं देना है. Because you are not supposed to pay for next 5 months. Hence, if you don't pay, is there any default technically then? क्योंकि आपको पैसा देना ही आज से 5 महीने के बाद से स्टार्ट करना है, इसका मतलब अगले 5 महीने तक नहीं दोगे तो कोई डिफॉल्ट नहीं माना जाएगा. So what I will do is I will renegotiate your terms and conditions of repayment. I will, let's say, change the EMI for some time so that you can pay some money और उसके बाद ज्यादा EMI pay कर देना. Bank will try to renegotiate terms and conditions of repayment so that the bank is not recognizing, bank is not under pressure to recognize a loan as an NPA. Why? Because recognizing a loan as an NPA will immediately put a drastic capital requirement upon the bank. Banks don't want to recognize loans as NPA. If a loan is NPA, there is a huge capital requirement against that loan. Bank has done everything that it could do to delay recognizing a loan as an NPA. Now the loan is an NPA, so that means bank has to set aside huge amount of capital against that loan. If bank sets aside capital, bank's ability to do business drastically falls, क्योंकि बैंक की capital अब सारी की सारी provisioning में चली गई है. Hence, despite having lendable deposits, bank can't lend. NPAs are loans where probability of collecting the money is very less. A loan has, somebody has borrowed money, the person did not pay for 30 days. Was bank silent for those 30 days? Obviously bank बार बार आपको फोन करके नहीं बोल रहा है कि आपकी पेनल्टी लग रही है, पैसा वापस करो. आपने 60 दिन तक पैसा नहीं दिया, बैंक वाला आपके घर पे 4 चक्कर काट चुका है. Bank is threatening that whatever securities I have, I will dispose of your securities. मेरे पास आपके घर के बाइक के कागज है, मैं आपकी बाइक बेच दूंगा जाके. जब आप होम लोन लेते हो या कार लोन लेते हो तो वहां पे रजिस्ट्रेशन में पहला नाम बैंक का होता है, अगर आपने बैंक से लोन लिया है तो. इफ यू हैव कार, देन कार में पहला नाम बैंक आएगा, ICICI बैंक, एंड देन योर नेम. घर है तो घर में रजिस्ट्री होगी, तो रजिस्ट्री में पहला नाम बैंक आएगा, दूसरा नाम आपका आएगा. So bank obviously has lot of power if it takes security. In case of unsecured loan, वहां पे बैंक ज्यादा कुछ कर नहीं सकता क्योंकि कोई सिक्योरिटी नहीं है. तो फिर वहां पे बैंक आपको कुछ लीगल तरीके से धमकाएगा कि भाई मैं आपके खिलाफ केस कर दूंगा, whatever. We'll discuss all those things that the bank does. So bank is not sitting idle to recover money. Bank is trying whatever it can do to recover that money. When a loan becomes NPA, अब बैंक मैनेजर ने लोन दिया था, उसका सीनियर बोल रहा है कि भैया एनपीए होगा, तुम्हारी ब्रांच में इतनी सारी कैपिटल हो गई, अब बैंक बिजनेस नहीं कर पा रहा है. तो सीनियर के ऊपर बहुत प्रेशर नहीं है, ऊपर से पूरी हायरार्की से कि भैया अंडर यू देयर इज लॉट ऑफ एनपीए, सो प्लीज गो एंड रिकवर मनी, रिड्यूस द एनपीएस. सो वुड द बैंक नॉट टेक स्टेप्स? ऑब्वियसली द बैंक विल टेक स्टेप्स टू रिकवर मनी. बैंक may start to dispose of the securities at this time. When a loan is not repaid for 12 months, when it becomes NPA type 2, in almost all cases provisioning will go to 100% now. Be it secured, unsecured, सब में 100% चली जाएगी provisioning. एनपीए टाइप 2 जैसे ही हुआ है। तो बैंक की काफी ज्यादा क्षमता, बैंक की एबिलिटी टू लेंड ऑन टू बिजनेसेस रिड्यूसिंग ड्रास्टिकली. It's not as if the bank is sitting idle. The bank is doing everything that it can do to recover money. But the fact is, it is very difficult to recover money now. NPA type 3, bank has done all it could do. Bank has even sold the assets. Even then, bank has not been able to recover money. Why? Because the land is worthless, the car is worthless, the house is worthless. Your company's shares that you had given as security, they are worthless. Bank has done everything that the bank could do to recover money. Still, the bank cannot recover money. But because bank has given this loan, provisioning तो वहां पे भी 100% है. अब बैंक को क्या करना चाहिए इस मोमेंट पे? क्या बिजनेस में नुकसान नहीं होता है क्या? क्या बिजनेस में हमेशा फायदा ही होता है? क्या लाइफ में सेटबैक्स नहीं होते हैं क्या? क्या लाइफ में आपको हर जगह सक्सेस मिलता जाता है? कोई थी जिसमें आपने बड़ा इन्वेस्टमेंट किया? अब आई विल स्पीक फ्रॉम मेल्स पर्सपेक्टिव, यू कैन ऑल्सो चेंज द जेंडर. साथ साथ सपने देखे लबासना जाएंगे, साथ साथ पढ़ाई करी, वो चली गई, आप यहां रह गए. नाउ बिकॉज you have invested lot of resources, your time, money, effort, heart, you are emotionally, mentally, physically attached to the person. You have invested your lot of efforts have gone in with respect to that person. Now the fact is the person is gone, now you are in your room. अब आपके पास दो ऑप्शन है, या तो अपने रूम में बैठ के पड़े रहो और रोते रहो कि वो चली गई और क्या होगा, अब हम मामा बन जाएंगे. अरे वापस आओ, इधर आओ, ये देखो. समझ तो गए होगे सब लोग अब, है ना? ये टॉपिक तो अच्छे समझ में आ गया बिल्कुल तुमको. और यू गो आउट, नो, you start doing what you came here for. As in your objective was that you had come here to, let's say, crack this exam or whatever you wanted to do. Obviously, you have suffered a setback, big setback, let's say an emotional setback here. You have suffered that setback. But that setback does not mean that you are forever locked away in your room, reducing your ability to do whatever you came to do for. You had some objectives, you could not meet those objectives, as in emotional objectives, apart from these academic objectives, academic professional objectives. You had some objectives, you could not meet them. Because you did not meet them, now you're locked in the room. If you are locked in the room, then you will forever be locked in the room. Then you are reducing your abilities to do something else. It is better that you recognize this loss. That yes, there is a loss that I have suffered, there is a setback that I have suffered. Now I must get back on my feet. Should bank be straddled with this loss forever? Should bank be held down because of this loss forever? It is business. Bank will face losses in business. It is not as if everybody who has borrowed money will be able to repay money. If somebody doesn't repay money, the bank will try its best to recover money. It may or may not recover money. It may recover only partially. It may recover nothing out of that. But that does not mean that bank will then stop doing its business. As long as the capital is provisioned, जब तक मन वहां पे लगा हुआ है, तब तक आप कुछ नहीं कर पाओगे. As long as capital is provisioned against this loan, bank can't lend. Bank must free up the capital provisioned against this loan. How will bank free up the capital? Bank frees up the capital by doing an accounting exercise. केवल एक accounting exercise bank करेगा. अकाउंटिंग एक्सरसाइज क्या है? बैंक अपनी बैलेंस शीट में क्या क्या होते हैं? एसेट एंड लायबिलिटी. अब ये लोन बैंक का तो लोन था ही, इवन इट वाज नॉन परफॉर्मिंग, बट इट वाज एन एसेट ऑफ द बैंक और नॉट. As long as this loan is on the asset side of bank's balance sheet, it will require provisioning and 100% provisioning. What bank now does is, or what bank now logically needs to do, rationally needs to do, is to write it off from its balance sheet. It has tried, जो कर सकता था बैंक ने किया है. अब it has tried, now it is rational for the bank to remove it from the balance sheet, as in write it off from the balance sheet. When it writes it off, it frees up the provisioning against this loan. अब क्योंकि ये एसेट बैंक का बैलेंस शीट के ऊपर नहीं रहा, तो अब बैंक इसके अगेंस्ट जो प्रोविजनिंग करी थी, बैंक उसको भी हटा सकता है. अब वो फ्री अप करके बैंक कैपिटल इस्तेमाल करेगा. नाउ बैंक कैन स्टार्ट डूइंग बिजनेस अगेन. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज राइट ऑफ. राइट ऑफ इज नॉट अ वेवर, as many would like you to believe. Write-off is completely different from a waiver. पिछले 5-6 सालों में इतना सारा इंडस्ट्रीज का लोन माफ कर दिया. भैया माफ 1 रुपया का नहीं किया है लोन. Write-off means that the bank gave loan, the loan became NPA, the bank did everything it could to recover that loan. Because the business was not working, hence I could not recover money. Because I could not, therefore my capital was locked against that loan. Hence I could not do any business. It was a vicious downward cycle that I was in. एक जगह सेटबैक मिला और उसके बाद मैं बिजनेस ही नहीं कर पा रहा हूं, तो फिर मैं, इसका मतलब मैं इवेंचुअली बिजनेस से बाहर हो जाऊंगा. I had given money, I tried to recover that money, I could not recover money, I tried my best to recover that money. Now it is logical for me to write that loan off my balance sheet so that I can free up the provisioned capital and then start doing business again. This is called as write-off. A write-off does not mean that the bank foregoes its right to recover money. बैंक इस लोन के ऊपर से अपना राइट नहीं हटा रहा है. आपको फ्यूचर में अगर वो मिल गई तो बैंक इज नॉट foregoing the right to recover money. Bank is saying that as long as this loan is in my balance sheet, it will need provisioning. So what I am doing is merely an accounting exercise. मैं इसको अकाउंटिंग करके अपनी बैलेंस शीट से हटा दूं, जिससे मेरे की कैपिटल जो प्रोविजन है वो फ्री हो जाए. इसका मतलब ये नहीं, बैंक उसको लिखेगा कहीं ना कहीं अपने रिकॉर्ड्स में दैट यस आई हैव राइट, मैंने इनको लोन दिया था, इन्होंने लोन वापस नहीं किया, मैंने कोशिश करी, फ्यूचर में अगर इनकी कंपनी रिवाइव हो जाती है तो मैं ऑब्वियसली इनसे पैसा वापस लूंगा. लेकिन अब फैक्ट ये कि कंपनी डेड हो चुकी है, तो फ्यूचर में उसके रिवाइवल का कोई चांस नहीं है. अब कंपनी डेड है और मैं उसको जिंदगी भर के लिए अपने एसेट बैलेंस शीट के ऊपर रख के बैठा हुआ हूं, दैट मींस आई विल नेवर बी एबल टू डू बिजनेस देन. सो बैंक राइट्स ऑफ द लोन टू फ्री अप द कैपिटल absolutely does not mean that bank foregoes the right. But the practical fact is that because bank has tried everything and the company is dead, bank will not be able to recover this money. ये fact हमको recognize करना पड़ेगा कि अब वो वापस नहीं आ रही है, वो लोन, वो पैसा वापस नहीं आ रहा है. अब bank will not be able to recover money. If in future there is some probability, अगर वो कंपनी रिवाइव हो जाती है तब बैंक रिकवर कर लेगा क्योंकि बैंक का हक है. लेकिन चांसेस आर, क्योंकि कंपनी बंद हो चुकी है, डेड कंपनी है, तो बैंक रिकवर भी नहीं कर पाएगा. It is an accounting exercise, not a closure of loan, not a waive off of loan. It is merely an accounting exercise to free up the provisioned capital against a loan that has become NPA, for which the bank had tried whatever it could to recover that money. Clear है? So write off is the last stage. Write off last में आता है कि बैंक राइट ऑफ करता है लोन को, वो एक लॉजिकल लास्ट स्टेज होती है एनपीएस की. ठीक है, कल क्लास है अपनी, कल लिखेंगे इसके बारे में. बोलो.